Rediscover your inside. Undercover, trying to hide. Rediscover your inside.
Hey everyone, welcome along to another Ski Sunday number 10. Thank you very much for coming along. It's amazing, we've got 7 viewers already. That's pretty cool. This is quite an exciting one. It's something that I've been planning to do for quite a while, this track. And as you might have seen, it's Joe Smooth's epic house anthem, Promised Land. There we go. There's my original vinyl. Bought kind of when it came out actually, so just an amazing track, and I don't think I kind of ever got tired of it at all. It's features a lead vocal by Anthony Thomas, and BVs by him, and also Don Connolly as well. So yeah, pick up the vinyl. I'm sure it's on Discogs if you can. But yeah, I'm just gonna just check everyone's okay. Yeah, there was a message. Where was it from? Vulture UK about your Amazon Prime free subscription. I'm not sure exactly how that works. Maybe if you've used it already on another subscription, you only get one a month or something like that. I'll definitely look into it. And if you want to join the Discord, the link should come up then. I can kind of investigate that as well, and see what the deal is. I'm still pretty new to this Twitch game myself. I've got to figure out what bits are. Anyway, I think let's get cracking. So what I'm going to be doing with this, I haven't really done any preparation at all. So I'm going to be sort of figuring things out as I go along. Some things might take a bit longer than others to actually work out. One thing that I have done is one thing I'm going to be doing is I've got this Neural Mix Pro software. I don't know if you've seen that. It's really brilliant. It's come out quite recently. It's using and kind of algorithm. I think it's the splitter algorithm, which essentially allows you to split elements of the track. So you can split the a cappella with the drums and the music as well. And the guys at Neuromix Pro very, very kindly given me a copy of this. So I just wanted to kind of quickly demonstrate that, because I think it's quite useful to get the a cappella for this sort of deconstruction, I suppose, that I'm going to be doing. So if I just play the track now, I've actually loaded the audio file in here. And if I just play this now, it's quite useful as well because it detects the BPM and the key. So the top row is the vocals, then you've got the harmonic elements, the music, and then you've got the drums. So if we just do the drums now. There we go. So we've got the drums. Hey Richard, thanks for the subscription. Much appreciated. And then we've got the vocals. Here we go. Sisters, one day we will be free. Amazing. Violence. You can even have the vocals and the drums. When the angels come above, falls down its breath. So that's really useful, and you can actually then go and export those. You can export the elements. You can even export combinations of those elements as well. So thoroughly recommend the software. It's really good for trying out remixes. If you want to just kind of grab the a cappella sort of, for something, it's not perfect. There are sort of always some artifacts and things, but for this kind of purpose, it's absolutely perfect. So I'm just going to hide that, and I've actually exported that out already. So I've got it as an audio file, and I've got the original track as well. Stop that for a sec. Okay, so for anyone that might be new to music production or uses different software, I'm going to be using Ableton Live 11. It's the latest version of Ableton Live. I do use other DAWs. I use Logic and occasionally Pro Tools as well. And I've also got my Push 2. So this works in conjunction with Ableton Live, and it allows me to kind of work on the arrangement and play in sounds and, you know, MIDI parts and that kind of thing. So, okay, so I think the first thing to do is to actually put this track in, get the key signature, even though Neural Mix Pro has given us an idea of the key signature, but make sure it's in tune and make sure it's all kind of synced up to the beat as well. Funky On, thank you very much for the subscription. It's much appreciated. Brilliant. So I've got the two audio files here, and I'm just going to drag these over. And you can see we're at 120 BPM at the moment. So if I hold down the Command key, it drags them onto the arrange window here, and it puts them kind of on separate tracks, even though I had the two tracks lined up already. It's really useful if you've got a big multi-track with lots of stems or lots of parts, because it will just put them all on separate tracks for you. Cool. So at the top here, I've got the exported a cappella. There we go. And underneath, I've got the audio file. Let's just turn it up a little bit. So the first thing I want to do is I want to find out, I want to sync this to the beat. If I put the metronome on now, I'll just turn it down again. I put the metronome on. You can hear that it's kind of out of time. So it's going to be very hard for us to actually analyze the different sections if it's all kind of out of time. So now these audio files are exactly the same length. And when the audio files are exactly the same length, down to the sort of sample accuracy, it allows you to warp multiple audio files, audio tracks in exactly the same way, so we can kind of move things around. So that's what I want to do. I want to be able to get both the a cappella and the original track in time. So what we need to do is you can see that it's actually, as I've dragged these in, it's warped them for me, and it's just put a warp marker right at the start there. So what we want to do is essentially kind of find the first transient, the first beat, and make that start of bar one. Now there's a really, really useful feature which is part of Live 11, which is link tracks, and some reason it just doesn't allow me to do it straight away. Let me just see. It'll allow me in a minute. There we go, link tracks. Maybe I have to have both of the tracks highlighted actually in this area here. Now, if I link them, basically any edit that I do in either of them, well, any edit I do in one of them will affect the other one as well. So even if I select one of the tracks, it will select the other as well. So for these purposes, that's really, really useful. So let's get going. So what I want to do is just turn this transient marker into a warp marker just by double clicking it, and I'm just going to get rid of that one there, and then I'm just going to drag it to bar one, and if I now play that from the start, so you can hear it's still out of time. But what we can do now is just actually kind of find the tempo of this track, and also kind of get it in time. So I'm just going to count from the start. So there we go. Just going to drag that over to bar two. Cool. And if I say, for example, if I now kind of go up here you can see that it's put the watermarker there. That's at the start on the a cappella track. And let's go back down here again as well. Let's maybe kind of put in another watermarker here, and let's just make sure that that's kind of in time. So that's in bar 9. And then let's put another one, say in bar 17, on bar 17. And what that's doing is it's putting those watermarkers there on the a cappella track as well, which is brilliant. So what I'm going to quickly do is what I want to do is find out what the actual tempo of it was. Again, when we looked in Neural Mix Pro, it did tell us what the tempo was. Unfortunately, because I've got 2 clips selected, I have to actually kind of unlink these tracks just so that I can see what the tempo is. So it's saying here 128.78, and I think Neural Mix Pro said it was 128.7. So that's pretty accurate. So I'm just going to put in, I'll put 128 as the tempo, and then, there we go, it's playing in time. So what I want to do is I want to go down this just to make sure that it's all in time. If I kind of go further down the track, you can hear it's going out of time. Now I've got a feeling that this was maybe recorded down to tape, 1/4 inch tape or whatever, and then they even very speeded it as well. So I think just to make things easy for us, let's just tighten the whole track up, just by going sort of down the track down to the end and just kind of putting in some watermarkers just to make sure that it's all in time. You can see that it's just slightly going out of time there. This is slightly time consuming, but it's worth it in the end. It will pay dividends because it will just mean that we're all kind of locked in, and it's all going to be in time. So let's just go. We don't have to kind of do every bar at all. We can just kind of go in, dip in and out, just to make sure that it's all going to be in time. There we go. So you can see it's bar 121. That's gone way out of time. We're nearly there. Let's just go in towards the end. 153. Again, you can see it's gone right out. There we go. So, and let's just drag these. I don't know why these have kind of cut off there. So if we now, we're nicely in time. And if I unsolo that now and just solo the a cappella. Yes, so Richard, yeah, that is a good point. Yes, I didn't link the tracks, did I? So I wonder what happens now. I kind of unlinked them. Okay. All right. Well, that was a good point there. It will have gone slightly out of time, but never mind. I should have linked them back. Those tracks back in. Thanks, Richard, for that. I wonder actually in that case, maybe if I should. Yeah, if you can basically you can either select the tracks at the same time, or this link track actually kind of does that for you. That's why it's so handy. You know what I'm going to do? Hey, it's Sunday. We've got time here. Let's reset, maybe not reset the watermarkers. Let's just go back in here and let's just unlink the tracks again. And let's just go, if I just take those watermarkers out, will that allow me to... If I link them now, will it now do it? Or will I have messed it up? There we go. Okay, so I think that's... Let me just see if that works now. So let's just go in here. Is that putting in? Let's see if it's put it in at bar 41. Yes, it's put it in at bar 41. Okay, cool. Well, let's take the time and just do it again, and then we can make sure that vocal's synced up with the track. There we go. Let's just double check it's going in. 105. Yes, it's doing it. Brilliant. So this is really useful if you've got a multi-track or, multi-tracks of drums or something, and you just want to kind of get everything in time. I've certainly done that with some multi-tracks that are kind of recorded to tape, and have just, they just sort of float in and out of time. It's really handy. Hey, how you doing? Good to have you in, Isotonic crew. Cool. So I'm doing the same thing, just kind of going down to the ends. There we go.
The angels from above fall down and spread their wings like doves as we walk hand in hand.
Cool. Let's just go a little bit in at the end and just tighten that up. We're nearly there now. And we can actually start working on the track. There we go. Let's just tighten it up. There we go. 169. That's gone a little bit out, hasn't it? Cool. Nice. So let's take the metronome off. I'm going to have a little sip of water, and you can hear my voice is going a little bit. Bit of a cold, but feeling fine. So the next thing to do is to just do a bit of analysis on the actual arrangement of the track. I think it's always really useful anyway, just to kind of see what's happening where. Now, just before I carry on, I just want to quickly show you this, which is, I was doing a little bit of research, seeing what was out there already about this track, and did find this really great article by Attack Mag. And this is great actually, because it's a kind of non-DAW specific analysis. But they kind of go through this and kind of basically go through all the elements, and there's a bit of history there as well. So that was really useful to look at. So we'll maybe refer back to that in a minute. Now, before I carry on, actually, the next thing I want to do, I did mention before that I had a feeling that this track might have been very sped. So what I'm going to do is just to check the tuning of it. So I'm just going to go to my packs here and just wait for that to load. There we go. Well, I know we're going to need a string sound for this. So I'm just going to drag over the string ensemble to this. Here we go. Cool. And what I should do actually is just bring in my VMPK, and then you can actually see what I'm playing, what notes. There we go. I just need to bring in the MIDI connections. And it's the A series. There we go. Now, in that article that I just showed you, it said it was in D flat, this D flat minor. However, Neuromix Pro said it was in D minor. So I think it's probably going to be more in D minor. But let's have a play. I'm just going to mute the a cappella for the moment and just play a musical part of the track. Whoa! So you can hear that's pretty out. Right, let's just loop this section here. Cool. So in that case, I'm going to go in here and let's just transpose it. And because these are linked, it will also tune or transpose the a cappella as well. So. And also what I'll do is I'll just put that monitor as in, so I can go to this section. Just tuning this up. There we go. That sounds much better. So that's now taking it for me to kind of true D minor. And with any luck, that will also have tuned the a cappella as well. Yes, it's done it, 47. So we're in. So I think we can be confident now that we've got these tuned up and they're synced up really nicely. Cool. So let's just have a listen to this and just kind of look at the sections. I think what I'm going to do is actually just sort of chop them up and maybe colour them, and then we can actually see what the arrangement's looking like. Again, because these are linked, if I just do Command E, There we go. It's going to cut both of them, so that's super useful. Okay, so this is all kind of intro section. I have a feeling that this is going to be the whole way through. This is all going to be kind of sections of 8. There we go. Nice. Let's go to the next, start the next section. There we go. Got this nice, lovely strings coming in there. Cool. We've got verse 1. Okay, so let's just kind of keep marking out the sections, and then we can maybe go in and colour them and name them as well. Cool. Got a lovely synth riff which we'll look at. Cool. Then we've got verse 2. Piano coming in. Love that piano. Cool. Then chorus. Then we've got that synth riff again. Let's just keep going. Okay, then that happens again. Goes back to the chorus. Ah, what's going on here? This is some 808 coming in here, I think. And then that wicked bass line carries on. Beautiful backing vocals. Then we go back to the chorus. Cool, and then it just stays on those kind of chorus chords all the way out. Okay, so we split this up now into kind of sections of 8. So if we just look at the verses. Okay, so let's give that maybe a pink colour, and there we go. It's done both the a cappella as well. And let's just name that verse 1, and it's done it for the other one as well. Brilliant. This link tracks stuff is fantastic. Cool. And then we've got chorus. So yeah, let's give chorus a yellow colour. Give that chorus. And then we've got a nice synth riff, so let's just call that synth. And maybe let's give that a green colour. Okay, verse 2. So again, let's just name that verse 2, and then I suspect we've got chorus again here. Lovely. Oops. Nice, and then synth riff. Yep. So let's just greenify that. So then we have that synth happening again with some sort of additional claps. Nice. Chorus. All right, so this kind of carries on. So I think we can just colour all of that the same colour. Let's just kind of give that all like that brown colour, and we'll just call it kind of 808 for the moment. In fact, maybe we can do that for all of them. There we go. And then we go back into chorus. So this is just chorus out. So I can just put this all as yellow, and then just highlight it all as well. And we'll just put chorus. Nice. And let's just go to just this bit, the section that just comes before the first verse. Okay, so that's basically chorus chords. So we'll just call that, I don't know, chorus intro. There we go. And then this is just all intro. So maybe let's go for a blue color there and call that all intro. Nice. So what that gives us now is a lovely overview of the arrangement of the track. So you can see the yellow sections constitute the chorus. So that's how much chorus there is. We've really just got 2 verses. Then we've got the synth riff, which happens here. And then we've got this kind of brown middle kind of 808 section where it breaks down. I think, yeah, this is the sort of full 5-minute club mix. So I think they did do like a shorter sort of radio edit because it was a radio hit, which is cool. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is head over to session view, and for this I'm going to use the feature which is consolidate time to new scene, and I've actually set up a key command for this. This is Shift Command N, and I think what I'll do is I'll actually kind of go through the whole track and just put all of this into session view like that. So the advantage of using this feature is that it actually loops up the audio for you, and kind of creates a crop as well for you. So let's just give it a go on the intro. I'm just going to do Shift Command N. There we go. And you can see that. So this is the a cappella first. In fact, I'll name that now so I know where I am. Okay. And then this is a pretty good loop because we've tightened it up with the warping. We've got a pretty good loop of the beat there. So let's just name that original. Nice. So let's just go back here and let's just do that now for all these sections, and it should just do them sequentially. There we go, it has, which is great. Just keep on doing it. It's really helpful with this key command. I think I had to go into the system preferences to set it up, unless I've had it sort of set for so long now, unless Ableton Live have actually included that as their own key command. I don't know. Let's just check. Are these putting in? Oh yeah, they're doing the colors as well. There we go. All right. Be nice if there was a some sort of function that this just did it all for you. But hey, I don't mind doing this. This is good. It's all good kind of pre-production. There we go. Sometimes I actually forget which one I've just done. Okay, that was green. So let's just do this one now. Cool. I think in this breakdown, I probably won't recreate every single part or every single section. I think I'll just focus on kind of the main sections, but then we can probably sort of chop and change them anyway. This is what I often find when I'm doing this, is that there's so many similarities in the actual instrumentation of different sections that you only need to do like 2 or 3 of the main sections, and then you can actually just kind of work by just triggering the different scenes, just with the sections, the scenes that you've already got. Cool. So there we go. We've got all those sections now, and if I just play them, I can probably play them from here as well. Nice. So I'm going to have another drink, clear my throat. Hope everyone's all right. Thanks for watching. It's great to have so many viewers. This is really good. This is number 10. I managed to have been doing these Ski Sundays for it was the 10th one, so since the start of the year. Cool. Right. So now in that article that I showed you, and also an interview that I saw with Joe Smooth quite recently, which maybe this article was written after interview, and one of the questions was, what is the instrumentation, or what kind of key instruments did he use for this track? And he pinpointed drum-wise the TR-707, classic drum machine, alongside the 727. So the 707 is used for the kind of main drum sounds, the kicks, the claps, the hi-hat, the tambourine, and then the 727 is for the percussion, so specifically the congas, which we'll look at in a minute. He also says that he used an N-Sonic Mirage, and there is some footage of him at the time, I think, performing with this. So I think he had that. I mean, he was, from the interview, he said that he was basically like the kind of in-house producer for DJ International Records. So I think he was just kind of working with a lot of people. But anyway, this is one of his key instruments, and I don't know much more than this, but I'm pretty sure that the bass sound was a sampled DX sound, so like an FM sound. So he used that, and I reckon probably the strings as well. There's some presets, but then the piano. Now I think the piano it's either something that was on one of the factory discs, but it sounds very much like the piano from the N-Sonic SQ80. So yeah, I did a deconstruction a while ago of Adamski's Killer, which was pretty much made entirely on the SQ80. Because it's N-Sonic, they may well have kind of actually kind of provided some of those sounds for the Mirage as well. So I think it's really great to kind of be able to, as part of the research, to actually kind of know already what some of these sounds were. So. Exactly, yeah. Richard, yeah. The 727 is the kind of Latin version of the 707. I mean, you can see when you kind of put them side by side. I mean, design-wise, they're virtually the same. Just one's orange and one's blue. Cool. All right, then. Well, let's just put something in. I'm just gonna. Don't know why I've got that string there. And if we go to our drums. And let's just type in 707. I swear the search is much faster now on Live 11. Seems to be working really well. So cool. There we've got our 707. Let's just drag it onto there. Cool. Let's go over here. Let's make sure the accent's on. Cool. That's because I got the monitor on in for the strings. It's cool. So we've got the kick. They're going to figure, I'm sure. Recognise those. That lovely crash. I use that ride loads actually. So great for house music. Okay, and we've got that. So the brilliant thing about Ableton Live is the drum rack feature, which basically it puts everything on separate channels for you. So you can process them, you can change the volume levels. It's loads of flexibility, and then not only that, but you can also set up sends and returns, so you can put effects within the drum rack as well. So I think, but first of all, let's just look at the actual pattern and see what the pattern's doing, and then we can actually start kind of balancing it and maybe kind of getting some effects. So we're 128. We're not going to forget that, but it might be useful for this just to slow it down a little bit, just to kind of make sure that we're going to get the pattern correct. All right, so let's go back on here. So I think we'll start off just with a 2-bar loop, and then we'll kind of extend it out to 8 bars, because I can hear there's that sort of tom riff that comes at the end. So let's put it onto quantize, record quantize on. I've got the accent on as well, and then we'll just sort of try to put in the basic pattern. So the kick is just 4 on the floor. Cool. Then we've got the clap. nice. We've got this tambourine. Hey, we can try the repeat function, can't we? That's just 16ths. This one there, did I? Maybe not. Oh no, got it. If in doubt, you can always use the step sequencer and put that in, but that's put in nicely. Okay, so let's take repeat off, and then I think straight away I'm going to take that tambourine down. It's very loud. So we've got that open hi-hat kind of on the offbeat, but it sounds to me like kind of in classic house fashion. It goes. Let's record that in. Okay, so I'm pretty sure that's going to be it. So I'm going to take out the beat now, and let's just start playing around with some of these levels. They're a bit wild, aren't they? So let's just take down that. Okay, and let's just refer back to this. So it also sounds like the hi-hat is tuned up a bit. So let's put that up a semitone. And I suppose it would make sense to do the closed hi-hat as well, up a semitone. Okay, so let's have another listen to the original beat. Now I can really hear there's some reverb on that kick drum. So this is where we can actually start working with the sends and returns. So let's go to audio effects, and let's just let's just use the standard Ableton reverb to start off with, at least. So let's make sure the wet level there is 100%, and we'll take I don't really want a long decay time for this. Maybe the size is kind of okay, and let's just solo the kick. Okay, and we can probably put that on the clap as well. Just maybe take the size down a bit. I'm going to refer back to the original beat again. Sounds to me like there's almost like a sort of a reverse reverb as well. So maybe we can try putting something on. Maybe the AMS could be good for that. Just as sort of something, an additional effect that we can include there. So if we just run the wet solos on there, let's just go for maybe reverse 2, and just see if we then solo this. That's quite good. Cool. I'm going to bring down the hats. Maybe a bit of reverb on the tambourine. That open hi-hat as well. Okay. Okay, I can also hear that the tambourine is tuned up a bit as well. So let's just go to that. Take some low cut off it as well, maybe. That's more like it. Okay, I'm quite happy with that. I mean, let's leave that, park that there for the moment, and then let's get some 727 action going on. I'm going to save this. I think it's always a good thing to do. Good. Let's go back to drums, and let's go to 727. There we go. And let's drag that over. It's I've got a feeling, I don't know, I mean, I've never actually used a 707 or a 727, so I'm not sure what the tuning capabilities of them are actually. I don't know if we can actually see, I don't know if anyone's watching this or anyone's kind of used a 707 or 727. I imagine you can tune the sounds in it. So anyway, all right, let's have a listen to the 727. Okay, there we go. There we got our classic conga sounds. So I'll have a listen to the pattern in a minute. I think before we start, maybe we should. Maybe I'll work on some effects in a minute. Let's just mute the drums that I've just put in. I'm going to slow it down. I think that's it. Hey, thanks for the follow, Jan. Much appreciated. Okay, so that's the pattern. Let's record that in. Cool, that's in. Let's just put it back to 128. Nice. Okay, so I think we could probably do with a bit of effects on this. Let's put some reverb, and let's go for my favourite reverb, which is the UAD EMT 140. I think it needs a bit of presence as well, and maybe a bit of compression. So we could put the E channel strip on it maybe. Let's just put that on before the reverb. Some high mid. Let's actually maybe turn it on, that might help. Compression maybe as well. Just A-B it. That's good. Okay, I'm just going to go back to the original again. It sounds like there's some delay on it as well. I'm not sure. Let's maybe put some echo. Where should we put that? Let's put that after the SSL. Okay. Let's try 16th. Let's take the dry wet down. That's nice. Maybe take off some of the bottom end. That's nice because it's kind of giving a little nice kind of rhythm underneath. If I just take it off, and we could put ping pong, we could turn that into a ping pong. That's nice, but let's leave it as stereo for the moment. Let's just take that down a little bit. Okay, so let's play it with our beat now. Okay, so I'm just going to nudge down the dry wet on that. Okay, let's compare it with the original. Sounds like they're tuned up a bit as well. So let's and also there's a bit of panning as well. So let's just, I mean, this may well be, I suppose, because we tuned it up. This is starting to confuse me now because we actually tuned the whole track up. So maybe that's why. So let's leave it as it is. Let's not worry about it too much. Okay, I'm going to do a bit of panning. Let's just see where these are sitting. So maybe we can put that slightly over to the left and that slightly over to the right. Cool. All right, so the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to group these drums, and I think we should make use of the drum bus just because it's so brilliant. Here we go. I can't think of a track that I haven't used the drum bus on since the drum bus became available. All right, so the first thing to do is take the damp off, to leave a bit of that drive, and maybe add some transients. Okay, let's just take it down so we get a matched level. And also maybe to add some bottom end, we can add some of this boom. Not quite so much maybe. And let's turn it down. Okay, so we've got the drums. I'm quite happy with that. Hey. Thank you very much for the subscription, Finst. I'm not sure if I can pronounce that well, but I really appreciate that. Thanks so much. It's great to have so many viewers on. It's really brilliant to see how this is building so nicely. Oh, I didn't show you my T-shirt. I've got my 808 T-shirt, bought in Japan at Uniqlo. It was a few years ago. I'll just turn around. So there we go. I don't know if you can see that. I just thought I'd wear it for the... as a little tribute to Roland Equipment, because we love Roland Equipment so much, don't we? Cool. All right, let me save this. Now, what we do need to look at now are these tom riffs. So, as we've seen, these are sections of 8, and we have a tom riff that comes at the end of the section 8. So, each section. So I'll just do that. So at the moment. We have these as a pattern of 8 bars. So if I just double this, there we go. So that is now 8 bars. There we go. And if I just select the last 2 bars, doom, 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 ch. That's what we want. That's what we want. Except that is. Did I do that on the? Which pattern did I do that on? No, I did it on the right one. Did I? Yes, I did. Cool. So, except I'm playing. Oh, that's why I've got it on there. There we go. So. Okay, so we'll probably have to do a bit of balancing here. But let's just play the last 2 bars of the actual original. Okay, so maybe it's not actually on that one there. So in that case, let's just see if it's on this one here. Yeah, there we go. Nice. Cool. So let's just copy those two down there. So we can leave that as it is because that hasn't got that tom riff, but and also we can then turn that back into the 8 bars, and then we can have this one, and we've got the last 2 bars there, and we're going to try to put in those tom riffs. You know what, just to make it easier for us, let's just make this a 1 bar. Yes, and then we've got the crash. Remix. Oh. Why isn't that putting that in there? All right, let's just check the levels. Where's that coming, that crash? It's a bit loud, isn't it? Let's turn it down. And then we can start getting on to bass. Let's take these down a bit as well. Cool. Okay, so I think that's cool. We've got an 8-bar pattern. Let's just turn that back into 8 bars, and then just check we can trigger it from here. Nice. All right, so let's just now move on to the bass. So let's have a listen to the original. That's still just playing the last 1 bar, isn't it? Which we don't want. Let's put it back to the full 8 bars. All right, so from that article that I mentioned before, this one here, it suggested that it was a DX sampled bass. So I think we should just cut to the chase here and actually just put in a DX7 bass. And it sounds to me like it's kind of the classic bass 1 sound. I've actually got a DX7, sadly not in my studio at the moment. So let's go to our plugins and let's just use the Arturia, which is absolutely fantastic. It's not the only recreation of a DX7, but it's certainly a very, very good one. Let's hope it loads without crashing. There we go. All right, let's give this a play. Here we go. Love it. All right, so bass. Let's just go to this one here, which is the classic. What is Love? Howard Jones, the classic. Okay, so we've got our sound, and we're probably going to need to do a bit of processing on it. Let's just bring up the keyboard again, and what happens at the end there? Hey Curry Beats, how you doing? Okay, so I think we've got the bass line. Let's record it in. Just before we go, so just to remind ourselves, we're in D minor here. However, it goes to that B, and B is not in D minor. So what that actually is, that's D Dorian, where we raise, we sharpen the sixth. So we're like borrowing. It's borrowing the D Dorian, because then it goes back down to the B flat. The notes of D minor are D, E, F, G, A, B flat, C, and D. Okay, so let's just put this in. Okay, nice. So let's just take out the original now. I'm also going to turn down the original version there. And let's just turn the beat up a bit. All right, so it sounds quite sharp. I think what we need to do is we need to even out the velocity. We probably need to add a little bit of bottom end as well, and also some compression. So let's start off with the velocity. Let's get the MIDI effects here. I'm a massive fan of the Ableton Live MIDI effects. They're so useful. So what we can do, because it's got that it's really reacting to the velocity when you hit it hard. But when you hit it softer, it's less resonant and less toppy. So if we take we sort of limit the high threshold, it doesn't matter how hard we hit it, it's never going to reach that sort of toppy resonant sound. And likewise as well, we can set the low range, output range, so that even if we hit the key softly, it's not really going to change the sound. So we can really shape the sound just using this velocity. Okay, and let's go to audio effects now, and let's just add a bit more bottom end to that. So let's go to the EQ8. There we go. So maybe around 100 Hertz. I was thinking we might have to actually take off some of that top end, but you can see there's not much of it there now that we've actually oh yeah. Hey Curry Beats, I'm sort of doing a deconstruction, I suppose, but normally with these deconstructions I do a lot of preparation, so this is like me literally just starting from scratch and doing the preparation as we go. This might turn into a proper YouTube video at some point later in the year, which is compressed down and done much faster. So this is me doing the preparation side live, which is quite good. So it's serving multiple purposes. So yeah, it's fairly consistent, that sound level wise, but it might be nice to just add some compression, some of the Ableton compression, just to kind of keep it a bit more constant. Nice. Okay, so that's pretty good. Let's go to, that's the kind of main bass line. And then I think that repeats there. Yep. Nice. So let's just copy all those down to the next scene. This might be quite fun actually, just to see what the a cappella sounds like at this point.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Not bad.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so let's copy those drums down, because when we've got this kind of chorus intro that comes in here. So this is where I need to kind of really probably slow it down a bit and use my ears to check out what's going on with the bass line. So I'm just going to mute those my drums for the moment and the a cappella, and let's just go on here. Sometimes I actually have to do this like bar by bar if it's a particularly complicated one, if it's like Todd Terje or something. I think it's that. Okay, let's do it bit by bit. And I know it goes up to here. I just want to get it as accurate as possible. Okay, let's just make this 8 bars. In fact, let's just so you can see what I'm doing. Let's put the VMPK back up. So the first note is G. Let's go back on here. So. Okay. Just want to see if there's a passing note. Nearly. I think that's it. There may be a in fact, I can just make that a 4-bar loop. Let's take out the original. Maybe there was another extra note, just a kind of passing note. Let's just fold that and just put that in there maybe. Hey Rock Plus, how you doing? There we go. Just reading some of the comments. Hey, Curry Beats. Yeah, could be an idea. Well, if you subscribe, maybe you have already, but if you subscribe to the Discord channel, server even, there is actually a subs only channel there where I am kind of putting up stems and things. So yeah, that could be good. Maybe we can kind of do a little remix competition. That sounds great. All right, so let's just save this. Although Ableton is pretty good, isn't it, these days with crashes? Normally get back what you've been working on. Okay, so we've got two bass lines now. So we've got that one, and then we can go to the next one. Nice. Okay, so the next thing to look at are the strings, the beautiful strings. So if you watch from the start, you would have seen that I did have this, not that. Okay, let's go off that. Go to the strings. Where are you? So this is the Ableton pack string ensemble. It's beautiful. I love it. Bit of Sunday afternoon strings. All right, so let's listen to what's going on with the original. I'm going to mute the parts I've put in already. So put it up an octave. So starting off on this, which is a B flat major first inversion. So in the bottom, the bass line is playing a G. So actually the chord is a G minor 7, but in the right hand is playing this inversion. He might even be playing this G as well, but it doesn't sound like it. And then it goes to the C, so you have this lovely slash chord, B flat over C. And then it goes to, it sort of resolves to the tonic, which is D minor. So G minor 7, B flat over C, D minor. And then the second time round, he puts a D in the top, it sounds like. So let's just listen through to it one more time. Even a passing note. Hey Pixel Chaos, welcome along. No worries. Yeah, this is a slightly longer session, I suppose. Just kind of really digging in here and like working out the parts. Cool. Okay, so I think I've got that. There's a few passing notes in there. So he's basically going. I think there's this passing note. Oops. Okay. I think we'll look at some effects on that in a minute. I'm just going to bring the level down a little bit, but let's just record that in. Okay. Just move the keyboard out of the way. I'm actually going to put a bit of velocity on this as well, the velocity MIDI effect. Just just so I can kind of make sure that they're evened out. It's mainly just the output range, the low output range. Funky or no, they're not new at all. I've been using them for years. So I don't know if you can see those. It's orchestral strings, and this is just string ensemble. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that I used these on the, I don't know if you saw the Unfinished Sympathy deconstruction that I did, but yeah, I think they're fantastic. Cool, okay. I think maybe a bit of compression on this as well, just to kind of even them out. And hey, reverb. Can't resist the EMT 140 again. Let's try the a cappella. Okay, so that's the section before. Okay, next section. Right, okay. What happens next? We're now into verse. Okay, so we've got the same bass line and the same drums. Not a lot changing really with the drums. Then chorus, then we have, so the strings are a bit different there. Right, so let's just copy that down as well. So let's just quickly listen to what the a cappella sounds like for the verse. Oh no, maybe it's different. Okay, I was wrong. Let's just check that again. Okay, so it's the kind of intro bass line, but with the same rhythm as the chorus. So let's work that out. Let's mute these things again. Mute that. Put the original back in. Let's go back onto the DX7. Let's get the keyboard back up. Okay, so that's going to be the tricky bit. I'm going to slow it down. Whoa. Okay, let's do the similar kind of thing. Let's put in the first bit first. And let's make this 8 bars again. And let's take this bit here as well.
One day we
could well be some pitch bend. I think it's that. Okay, let's just record that bit in. Okay, let's put that down an octave. Put that one up an octave. Okay, I think I've got it. Get there in the end. Let's just put another one there. I think we did that with the chorus as well. That needs to go there. Okay, so this sounds like it's a 4-barrer, thank goodness. And let's just put this now back so we've got the first 2 bars. Let's have a listen to that. There's a little, I think there's a upbeat on that. Just there. Right, and we'll just extend that out a little bit, and let's go back to 128 BPM. Right, now we can get onto the strings. Cool, so let's just take that out and then go onto the strings. It sounds quite improvised here. So it's basically going again B flat major, and then again. So pretty similar. It's just whereas in the intro it was just playing that chord, this time it's the kind of second inversion. So let's put that in. That'll do. Let's take the original out now. Just going to turn the bass down a bit.
When the angels from above fall down and spread their wings like doves, as we walk hand in hand, sister, brother, we're making through the promised land.
Okay, then we've got the synth riff. So let's have a listen to see what's going on there. Okay, so we've got the verse, bass line, and drums. Right, let's try the Tal Uno LX for this, see what we can get. I'll probably base it off kind of a lead or a string sound, I'd imagine. I think that's probably what I'll go for. I do like the Tal plugins because they're pretty CPU light, I would say. Okay. And seeing as Joe Smooth did state that he used the Juno 106, even though this is a Juno 60 clone, I think it's going to be kind of probably close enough. So, okay, so let's have a go. Let's have a look, see what we've got. Presets here, some strings. Okay, let's just go through some of these. Let's just turn it down. Let's just let's maybe take the polyphony down to maybe 2. I'm going to turn it down a bit, it's quite loud, isn't it? Let's take the frequency cutoff. Maybe let's put that polyphony back on. Take the release off. Not bad. Okay, that's pretty good. Let's just see. Okay, let's work with that for the moment. Let's just mute my stuff again so I can play along with it. Let's put the keyboard in so you can see what I'm playing in. Okay. Okay, so it's pretty similar. Just the second 4 bars are slightly different to the first 4 bars. So let's just practice one more time. Okay, let's put that in first. No, I'm quite tempted to just to double that and then just make the adjustment just by looking at the MIDI. Don't normally do that, but hey, it could be a quicker way of doing it. So let's just go here and let's just select the second 8 bars. Okay, let's put the little headphone thing on there. There we go. So it's literally just one note. Okay, let's take that out now. And let's put this back to... hey, let's be adventurous with some reverb. Let's put the hybrid reverb on here, because it's new and it's in 11. Let's just leave it at that. Nice. All right, let's try a bit of section transitioning with vocals. All right, cool. So there's a little bit more I want to do. I'm just going to now go back to the verse here, and let's just add some of this piano. If we listen to what that sounds like. Nice. So for this, I mentioned it before, if you came in earlier, I'm pretty sure this is the Ensoniq SQ80 piano. Let's just remind ourselves what the SQ80 looked like. There we go, it's that. So let's just do a little quick search, see if I can find it. There we go, imports. Drag it over here. It's got a definite quality to it, which we'll hear in a minute. All right, let's just do some muting again, just so we haven't got stuff in the way. Oh, it's nice. Right. Yeah, what a lovely sound. So this is a definite candidate for velocity MIDI effects. You can see it's really wild. Okay, so let's just listen to what's going on in the original. Okay, so let's take it to, let's just create the 8-bar clip, and this only happens in the second 4 bars, so let's just only concentrate on that. There we go. Put some reverb on that in a minute as well. So I think it's those. Maybe it's got that note in. So I think it's that.
And as one, we'll take our stand. And as one, we'll take our stand.
Not sure about that last chord. Is it even there?
And as one, we'll take our stand.
It is. I think it's that. Hey DM, how you doing? I'm fine, thank you. Pretty good. This is quite a long one. Oh, it's an hour and a half. Well, I need to finish up. Okay, let's record this in. Let's just undo that.
We'll take our stand.
Nice. Okay, that's got that one. And I think that some piano comes in for the chorus as well. Before I do that, let's just put a bit of reverb on this. We're getting there. We're definitely getting there now. Put it on the right track, maybe. Okay, let's just play that now. My version. In fact, let's just move ahead and just do this. Put what's on the chorus. Let's just copy over the chorus stuff. Let's just have a listen to it. Okay. I think it's just playing B flat and then D. Okay, here we go. Let's go back onto this one here. Let's record it in. Cool. All right. Sorry if anyone's joined late and you're hearing this a cappella that doesn't sound quite like the original. It's just I use a program called Neural Mix Pro to extract this. Very artifacty. I need to get someone in to sing it, and I think I'm pretty sure who I'm going to ask, but I'll keep that one a secret for the moment. Okay, so I'm just copying some of this down. So I'm copying down the synth section here. Except I didn't actually copy that. I copied the chorus instead, which wasn't very clever. Let's just copy this synth section here. There we go. There probably is a slight change, but never mind. I'm kind of working quickly now. There we go. So it's... Cool, so that's all recreated parts so far. The last bit I'm going to work on is just this section, which is the breakdown. going to see if there's a bit where it's kind of empty. Okay, so all right, so we're going to go to are the congas in there? Maybe they're not. They're not. So sounds to me like what he's done here is he's just taken that, well, certainly for the first 4 bars, he's just taken that last bar of the 707 pattern. And there's an 808 in here as well. 808. It's pointed at my nipples. Okay, so let's get an 808. Let's get rid of the keyboard. What do? We type in 808. And let's go for the 808 Classic. Oh yeah. Nice. Okay. Let's take it off solo. Turn it down a little bit. All right, so let's mute that for the moment and go back to this. Okay, so first things first. Let's tune this up. So I'm just using the sense, detuning it by sense, just to try to get that perfect. Okay. Okay, so we also got okay, let's do a bit of tuning with these as well. Funky on, yes. I should be using push more, shouldn't I? Really, for this kind of thing. I don't know. I just for this, I'm just kind of really focusing in on here. I mean, I do use push. It just depends on how I'm feeling about working, really. And at the moment, I'm just kind of like feel like it's easier just to do it on here. Okay, so. Nice. Okay, that's good. I'm happy with that. Let's just put a bit of reverb on this as well. I probably should make use of some send and returns just to be a bit more CPU conscious. Now let's just see what happens throughout this. Okay, so it kind of calms down a bit, doesn't it? So let's just copy that 808 and then copy this back down. And rather than having just that last 8 bars, let's just, sorry, that last bar of 8, let's just now go back to this. Okay, so last part, I'm gonna try to put in this bass part now. I'm probably gonna go for the tal again, just get some sort of bass sound, because I'm sure Joe Smooth would have used a bit of Roland kit for this. So let's just go now to the tal again. There you go. I just created an unnecessary MIDI track there. Okay. All right, so let's start off with some kind of bass sound. What have we got here? We don't want an acid bass. We don't want too much of that. Sounds pretty good. Quite like that. Let's try the LFO. Pretty good. Okay, let's just mute my stuff for the moment. ADM, yeah, the weather's cold in London still. I can't wait for spring to come properly. We had like a couple of weeks ago, it was quite nice and warm, and then it just got freezing cold again now, and the sun doesn't come out that much either. So, but we'll get there, I'm sure. All right, let's bring the bass line. Sorry, not the bass line. Let's bring the keyboard back in. Okay, let's record it in. Okay, what I'm going to do with this is I'm going to monify it. Let's get rid of that. If I modify it, and then I can just increase the release. So we don't get any kind of clashes. Hey, David. Brilliant. Wow, it must be pretty early for you. Thanks for checking in. It's great to have you here. There. Put the 808 in. Okay, so I think that's pretty much all the main elements. I'm going to have a little play through and just with push, I just wonder if I can make this a cappella, which is like I said, it's just using Neural Mix Pro, which I love, but it's not perfect. I'm just wondering if I can maybe sweeten it a little bit with a bit of compression, maybe a bit of EQ. It's quite harsh, isn't it? I mean, ideally, I would just get someone to re-record it.
One day we will be free.
Okay, so a bit of that, and then let's just put some reverb on it.
One day we will be free from fighting violence. People crying in the street. One day we will.
Cool. All right, let's have a little play and a dance to Promised Land, kind of recreated version. Maybe if I didn't solo it, it would help. Here we go. I agree, Richard. Yeah, de-esser would be good. Piano. there we go. I think that's enough. Brilliant. Thanks everyone for watching. That was really good fun. It kind of went better than I expected, to be honest, because I hadn't really done any preparation. I'd had to think about the sounds, and I knew I'd done a bit of research, knowing that there were the drum machine 707, 727, some Roland synths, the 106 and stuff, but hadn't actually kind of put in any of the parts. So thanks everyone as ever for joining in. Please join the Discord if you can. You'll see the link in the chat. There is a subs only channel. If you would be very kind enough to subscribe to me, you'll get access to sounds and projects and MIDI files and that kind of thing. Thanks also for all the tips, just kind of the things that you put in, using push and the suggestions, de-esser, those kind of things. I'm learning all the time, and I really benefit from everyone kind of joining in and in the chat and kind of putting in suggestions. So thank you so much, everyone. Enjoy the rest of the Sunday. I'll catch you in a week. I'll no doubt do something. My voice will be a bit clearer, hopefully. Take care, everyone. Have a brilliant rest of Sunday.